Hey guys, welcome to another episode of All Bass Creations Effects Tutorials, Demos, and Review. Today, we finally here, guys. I've been promising you guys the Zoom MS-60B Plus presets, and now they're here. And that's the first one you were listening to. Let's see what I named this one. This is just Ampeg. I just named it Ampeg SVT. And that's just the name of the preset. So, as you can see, let me bypass this. Here's my bass dry. All right, so now we're going to add in the first preset again. So, as you can see, very versatile setting. You can have something very warm like that, or you can just change the EQ on your bass if you have an octave bass. And you back in the slop territory easily. And you can find this, of course, if you look in the link in the description, you'll see the link to the Patreon page. Just getting the Patreon up and running. This is actually the first item that we have on there, but we got we're gonna have different levels of things. We got improvisation course coming. We have a technique course coming, but right now we're on the Zoom MS-60B Plus 20 pack on you. You feel me? So that's just the first one. You know, very nice Ampeg sound. And of course, I can't give away all the details of the patch, you know, but that is the first one. And that is the Ampeg SVT Negus. All of them have Negus at the end of them, just so you know it's from me. So, but you know, you don't get it confused with other patches. So, all right, patch number 2, right? Immediately had to jump into the synth game, right? We immediately. We about to go. Show you something. Come on now. Come on now. Your boy did it for you. Your boy did it for you. Your boy did it for you. But tell me. Listen to me now. Just hear me out. Hear me out. That's competing. Tell me that's not competing with much more expensive synth pedals. Tell me that sound. I love to see the C4, but it don't track as well as, I don't know why Zoom went crazy with that Z synth, but that synth is fire. Synth is playing no games with him, yo. You gotta respect it. Let me see. See what we got here. Why is it not showing me all the chat? I need to see the chat a little more. All right, yeah. See, we getting some confirmations here. So, like I said, all these patches are available now in one pack. This is only the second one, and it's already fire. You already had to do it to you with the. Hold on, let's say that one more time, cause that's fire. That's fire. Got it dialed in, right? That's all you need. That's gonna cut. It's gonna sing. It even get we in there. And I'm glad I was able to bring this to you guys. I did. I spent a few hours doing these joints. So you know, I'm hoping you guys respond well to this for sure, because I definitely invested some time into making sure you guys had some good patches here. All right, so let's go on to the third patch, which is another synth-based patch called, so the last one was called, I called this one B Synth 1. And this next one is Seek B Synth. So, of course, let's hear it. Let's go. Just a quick tip. Any of these patches that are basing it off the synth off the Octaver, which this one is basing the synth off the Octaver pedal, you need to cut your lows and boost your high mids so it tracks better. And that's just with Octavers in general. This is not just unique to this pedal, but yeah, that'll make it give you a better time with your synth stuff tracking in general. Just not as much booty, but more definition, you know what I'm saying, in that mid-range, talking about 1,000 up to like 2,500, you know, and that'll help out a lot. What's going on? Everybody if you're on Instagram and Facebook, you can head over to YouTube and find me on at the Bass Negus, Negus. And if you want to find these patches right now, you just want to buy them now, and you're like, I'm sold. You can head over to that link in the description, and that should take you over to the Patreon. It's Patreon. Pretty much, if you do go to Patreon and you search All Bass Creations, my page will come up. As you know, All Bass Creations is my brand. So you can go there, find it. All right, let's rock and roll. So a nice sequence filled nice sequence bass synth for you right there, you know, and you can also control that with the BPM. If you go into the main menu, you press the the button all the way to the these knobs here, all the way to the right, take you to the main menu thing, and you can change the BPM there. Yep. And that'll allow that to change, you know what I'm saying? So that helps as well. Next up, we got the dirty flip top. So that's the dirty flip top right there. Some real gritty but heavier, tubier sound, you know, that nice rounder, overdriven sound while still that's gonna be real big in the system. If you run a stereo, woo, even worse. So, sounds like that, it took a while to kind of craft because you don't, I wanted to make it kind of universal. So this is literally my bass flat here. Let's just do straight up flat. Even if you run it flat, like soon as you turn on these patches, it's gonna be almost exactly what you need it to be without even you really EQing or doing a whole bunch of tone chasing. As soon as you turn it on, you're gonna feel that warmth. Ah, that's nasty. Then if you just add a smidge of booty to the bottom of it, it just goes bananas. And if you push it, let's push it a little bit. Yeah, that's gonna be, yeah. See, that's gonna give you plenty of bottom. It's gonna support, but still cut. And all you're gonna have to do is turn it on. Like I said, you could do minimum. You heard it with my bass flat. You heard it with me doing a bit of tone shaping with my bass. And all I did there was just add a little bit of booty with the bass and pushed up the upper mids a little bit just to give it a little bit more push into the game, That extra growl in there. While still being warm. Like that sucker's warm. All right. So, and that was the dirty flip top, mind you. All of these are available right now. You can go get these right now. You ain't even got to wait until this joint over. You can go get them. Click on the Patreon link right now and grab them. Or, you can hit the Cash App if you just want to support, or to hit the subscribe, like, and share. 888. Appreciate you. Follow me on Instagram. Thank you. And you can hit the super chat as well. I appreciate everything. Thank you guys for hanging with me. And like I said, head over to the Patreon. Patreon, if you don't want to go on the link, you just want to go over to Patreon. It's All Bass Creations. All Bass Creations at Patreon, but that's the Bandcamp for the music. If you want my music, that did too. Haha, got you covered. But let's rock. All right, here's the Phase Aguilar. So, you know, I love this thing. This thing sounds amazing. For $140, that's amazing. You know, to have such flexibility and such ease of use, especially if you get this pack here. You know what I'm saying? Then you really ain't even got to do much. You really just throw the pack on there and then bam. You know what I'm saying? And the way you get the pack on there is through the app. You get the app, and the app allows you to import presets. So you just bring over the presets, the patches, presets, whatever you like to call them, and they'll be right there available. And what I would suggest that you do is that you save a copy of the file so you don't lose them. Put them somewhere on your computer. You can remember where they are. That way, if you ever accidentally mess up a few of them, you can always go back and get the originals. Or you can also on here turn off the autosave. So when you do get the patches, if you do want to happen to experiment and possibly change things around or experiment with it, it's not actually saving it until you want it to. And because that's the key. So you don't lose your patches that you just bought, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to be an important fact, an important, thing to remember. Don't forget that, because it comes stock, like factory stock, with that autosave on. So, all right. So we're on number 6. So this is, I call this the Excite Bass Synth, or B Synth, Yeah, don't try that with your other bass synths. Yeah, we got them dialed in on them, man. We got them dialed in, huh? Not only do we got your bass synths dialed in, see how excited, that's why I call it Excite B synth. You see how excited you get when you starting realizing that you can play chords with that joint? Like, yo, you telling me I can play bass synth chords now? You don't try it with your other ones. I'm trying to tell you, don't try this. Don't try that with your other bass synths. Yeah. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, that's stupid. And that's not even just stupid because I made it. That's stupid because Zoom just is amazing. I don't know why Zoom be doing them dirty like that. And why people be acting like Zoom stuff not fire. How you gonna act like that's not fire? Come on, yeah. Like they be acting like you gotta have lines. Listen. This MS-60B Plus right here, definitely worth getting. And so is this pack. That's number 6. That's patch number 6 in the pack, right? Called Excite B Synth. So make sure you head over to the Patreon and grab this pack. Don't forget, you know what I'm saying? It's only 15. I got it on there for 15. You can get all 20 of these patches for 15 right now. And then you just take it onto your app, whatever you have it on, if you have an iPad or whatever, you know, and you just drop it onto your MS-60B Plus. So next, we got the bass analog Octave. So this is like my OC2 setting for my MS-60B Plus. had to make it glitch just because. But you get the point. And just so you got a reference, I'm just going to turn off that one. I actually have an OC5 over here. I'm going to put it in vintage mode and so kind of got a little comparison there. You know, that's pretty much the setting. You know, I'm not going to lose sleep over that small amount of difference there. You know what I'm saying? If I'm just needing, you know, if I'm just running a small board like this, you know, the purpose of this board is to be very compact. So I can't take every pedal with me. And these patches help me not do that, you know, basically. This one allows me to not have to take the, you know, my octave pedals, you know, pretty much for that sound, for that particular sound. You know, some songs, you know, that's all the sound you need. You know, everybody love a classic OC2 sound, right? So I had to do one of those for you. Here's a SWR phase, you know. So, as you can see, these are really complete sounds, like everything from, excuse me, the EQ to the compression to the effects. And something like this, you know, you can also, what makes it versatile is you can turn that modulation off and you still got you a beautiful SWR tone. So you still got a sound that's gonna cut, you know. Then when you want it to get crazy, gives you a ton of flexibility, just even turning the modulation on and off on the patches. So they're already set up for that a lot of the times. Like this patch, when you, at least from my knowledge, I'm still not sure how they work out their whole network just yet, but it should bring up the bass phaser right away as soon as you click on this patch, and you can just turn it on and off. If not, just scroll to the bass phaser and keep it there for when you want it on and off, and the rest of it is more tone based, like stuff you would use for your normal gigs. So, all right, here's number 9. Little bit of solo action for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to get into, you want something to impress the crowd. Next time you go for your solo, here you go. So, just a little something to add something nice to your solo. You don't always want to use your usual stuff. And another cool thing is this one has a line selector built into the patch. So you can pretty much select that effect and turn on the entire thing when you need it. Say, you're playing bass for most of the song, right? Playing bass, playing bass, playing bass, playing bass, playing bass, playing bass. Oh, solo time. Oh. Solo time over. See what I'm saying? Then you right back into the groove. And all you did was click on the effects chain and click it off. So that allows you a lot of flexibility, having these patches put together like this for the purposes of all these different things. Even if you wanted to use it for chordal things, say you were looping, right? And you wanted something to spice up your chords or whatever. It's good for that too. Gets you right in that guitar territory. So it gets you right in that guitar territory with that. And then, like, again, you just click it right off. Now you back playing bass. And that's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So you can easily get your solo on and your bass playing on with this one patch, and you didn't even switch patches. And that's how I got it set up in there for you. So make sure you head over to Patreon and you grab this pack. They $15. This pack is $15. It's the first one. It's the first one I'm releasing. So, I got ones coming out for the MS-70 CDR Plus. I got packs coming out for the Zoom B6. Got packs coming out for the Tone X1. Talked about earlier. Went through what impulse responses are and how to use them, all that good stuff. So you can check out my live from earlier today if you're interested in that as well. And, you know, I talked about how all these cabinets I have in my room. Let me see. Yeah. See if I can switch views for you guys real quick. Give me 1 second. So all these cabs I have IRs for as well. So along with made from different mics, you know, and it's pretty much how those cabinets sound in this room, mic'd up with different cabinets pretty much. So all these preamps I have, all these cabinets, you know, all these preamp pedals that you see. Let me see. Slide this down. All these preamp pedals that you see right here and to your top left, all that stuff's gonna be available. You know. But for now, let me see what we got here. Oh. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me over on Twitch as well, you know. Appreciate y'all. And in Facebook, Instagram, appreciate all you guys. If you want a better view on Instagram and Facebook, head over to YouTube. You know, you'll get a much better view over there. But, yeah, let's rock and roll. So, that's that patch. That was that's the one plus octave solo, right? That's what I call that one. This one I call Distort 1 plus solo, and you can see why. So you can get your rock on with this patch, you know. Plenty of things you can do. Create a whole almost like a wall of sound there. You got 3 different layers of sound there, you know, all working together. Of course, the original bass sound, you have that octave up, and then the distorted sound and all that, everything else that's working together to blend it together. So, you know, if you want that dirtier octave up sound, I got you covered too. I call this Dirty Clean Synth. Such a weird name. make sure y'all hit that subscribe, like, and share button. I definitely appreciate y'all hanging out with me. And hit that Cash App or Super Thanks if this stuff is useful to me. To you, rather. Of course it's useful to me. That's why I made it. But, yes, I spent a lot of time making these, But I really spent a lot of time with the user, you guys in mind, and the end result. It's not just patches that are just for me and that only will work for me. They're patches that will work for anybody that turns it on, like this one. Oh, that's dirty. It ain't clean at the same time. It's like... trying to sing to you, That's how you want. You want the patch. You want that patch. You want it. What? You want your bass synth get that nice ooh, and that's all just the MS-60B plus. That's crazy. $140 is competing with some synth pedals that are 3 times that price. Like, that's bananas that this little thing is able to do that in the first place. I couldn't have something to program or do the presets if they didn't put it in there. I'm still amazed at how they were able. Everybody else got to charge you $10,000 for a bass synth sound. Meanwhile, Zoom got it where you can. That used to have a whole big pedal board for that. That's just one pedal. It's just one pedal. That's sweet. And again, this one is called Dirty Clean Synth. And this is in the pack. So, which one is this? This is number 11 in the pack, in case you're keeping track of where we are. And it's definitely available to you. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure that we good on all platforms, because if you're on Instagram and Facebook, you can head over to YouTube and you'll get a much better view. And you'll be able to see the actual pedal itself. But yeah, so you guys can also head over to Patreon at the moment if you got a second on, got some time in your day right now. Got that. These packs. The pack is only $15. 20 presets for $15. 20 presets that are fire. In the pocket as soon as you get there. And of course you can have it just like we did with the other patches, where you can be playing bass, whatever you're gonna do here, and click on, trigger the entire thing. So we definitely want you guys to be able to have some versatility even within the presets, And like I said, don't forget, when you get these presets, make sure you go turn off the autosave. If you leave the autosave on and you start fiddling with knobs, it is going to change the patch. You know what I'm saying? But if you do turn the autosave off, you can actually do some experimenting with the patches if you want to change anything, and not have it save it until you're ready. Or you can have it save in a different slot. That way you can keep the originals, and whatever you decide to tweak, you can put on something else, another patch, But here is my trim B synth. So you even, again, the flexibility of just being able to play chords when you feel like it is amazing. You know, it's not that it's always necessary with bass synth. Most of the time, it's not. You're just playing single notes. But if I feel like playing a chord, it's nice that it still comes through. You know what I'm saying? So, and mind you, there's plenty of pedals that cost way more than this that are specifically bass synth pedals that can't seem to pull that off for some reason. I'm not sure why, but Zoom was able to pull it off. Right? So you got a nice pulsating bass synth there, but that's called the trim B synth. And here is the class B synth. Yeah, I gave you quite a few bass synth patches in here. Just some variations of different things. So you can, excuse me, sorry about that. So you can have some options. You know what I'm saying? Options are your friend as a musician, and different sounds. You know, some things are, you know, you need a lot of, and bass synths, you want to have, if you're into bass synths, you want to have some variety in your sounds. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just have a bunch of galactic fart sounds. You know what I'm saying? You want different sounds that do different things. So here you go. So even when you're getting into like the, you know, the square wave type synth, you know, and you got different variety of synth sounds. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's almost like that old school hip hop bass synth, you know, type of thing. Very difficult to do for a lot of pedals and be able to track well. And Zoom did it in the MS-60B Plus for sure. And you don't even have to fit around like I did for a long time, for a few hours, trying to make that sound like that and be able to track like that. So now you can just go over to the Patreon, patreon.com, all bass creations, or you can hit that link in the descriptions, and that'll take you right over to the Patreon where this pack is available. And this is number 13 out of 20. So let's continue. Dirty Talk Synth. I told y'all I was going to get y'all synth crazy over here. You know what I'm saying? So another solo synth. Technically I made that for soloing. I'm sure you guys are creative enough to use it for whatever it is you want to use it for. But this particular patch was created specifically for chord type things, or maybe even like synth type lines. Right, something, or and the interesting thing about that is that with that harmony in there, it makes you have to think differently as a musician. Like you have to pick certain notes that still fit within the chord change, because you're always worrying about two notes. You know what I'm saying? So, it gives you interesting. It makes your lines a lot more interesting, even if you're just playing a pentatonic scale. Just more interesting than by itself. So, you know. Just makes everything way more interesting. Way more interesting. And not only that, but then it's like a different use for it's taking advantage of the synth talk effect in the MS-60B plus. It's kind of centered around that as well. And that is an emulation of an actual pedal. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an actual pedal that you would have had to buy separately. You know what I'm saying? That you now don't have to buy if you get an MS-60B plus, So, and you get that patch, if you buy this pack, you know what I'm saying, over on patreon.com/allbasscreations. Appreciate y'all. All right, next. Star Synth. We still going with the synths. I'm trying to tell y'all, I spent a rack of time just getting y'all a variety of synth sounds. I did get you a few of the amp sounds with these particular pedals. I only use the Aguilar sound and the flip top sound for amps. In terms of amps and clean sounds, I'm only using the Ampeg, the flip top, and the Aguilar. Those are my favorites. Those are what I think are the best. So those are the only, those are the patches, like those are the bass amps I use for a lot of the clean tones and different, some other stuff on here. So that's also a little tip. But Star Synth. I love this pedal. This pedal's fire, dog. Like, that joint's fire. For the money, boy. Like, don't fiddle with nothing else in this price range. You know what I'm saying? They can't do that type of stuff. That's a fire. That's my Star Synth. Um, yep, Star Synth. And this is number 15 in the patch list. And this is another solo sound. So I gave you guys a variety of synth sounds as well. So like I gave you bass sounds, like I gave you your foundational sounds and amps and all that stuff, and EQ the way I would EQ things and do it, you know. Then I also gave you bass synths, like a variety of bass synths. Then I gave you some solo patches as well. So you'll get some of my actual solo patches, my actual guitar type patches. It's 20 patches altogether. And these are available on Patreon. If you go over to Patreon or go to the link in the description, you can actually get the joints now. So they're available right now for $15. You can get all 20 patches that I'm going through now. I'm on number 15. So if you're interested, you want to get them, you can get them right now. Go over to patreon.com/allbasscreations, or just go down to the link in the description if you're on YouTube or Twitch. But yeah, you can grab these patches right now. Then you just use the app to throw them onto the pedal, and then bam, there you go. So, yep. All right, next one. We got the B-Man Dirty. Yeah. We had to do it to him. That's what I'm saying. Like, check this pack out. Don't miss out. You know what I'm saying? For $15, you ain't gotta go and try to figure it out for 3 hours. You can have it by then. How much time is $15? Is $15 worth 3 hours to you? Huh? Is it? I think not. I think you should just go over to Patreon and just buy it right now. Don't you want to have bass face today? You know you want to have bass face today. Come on now. So that was the B-Man Dirty patch. That was number 16, right? You know. Here is number 17. I call this Neve 1073. So this is like my fancy recording console sound, you know what I'm saying? But in a Zoom MS-60B plus. Let's go. So just a nice clean sound, nice, well-round sound. You can use that sound for anything. It's already set up. All you gotta do is do the tone shaping with your bass, and it's already gonna sound good, right? And that's the whole purpose of these presets, is that you're not gonna be fiddling around trying to get to a good sound. I already told you the secret to getting the Octaverse to track well, and if you want to hear, let me give it to you one more time. If you're running something with an octaver, especially the octave down, you want to drop your bass on. If you have an active bass, and it's possible, you want to cut your bass and boost your upper mids, and that'll get you there pretty much with a lot better tracking with the octavers, especially when you're using like the OC2 type of sound or type of octaver. Even when you're using like the actual boss pedal, if you're using like an actual boss pedal, it'll help you, or any of the pedals, like, it'll help you with the poly blue octave as well. But that's just a tip in general for octavers, especially analog or analog emulating octavers. You know what I'm saying? You got to cut that bass, boost the high mids so it tracks. That's the part it tracks the best in the frequency range. So we almost there. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. If you like, you can hit that Cash App, or you can hit the super thanks and super chat if this is useful to me. Useful to you. And, hey, let's go. Here's my clear drive setting on here. Oh, sorry about that. I always hit the camera. I got to get better with that. So, different type of overdrive. I try to give you a few different drive settings as well. So you got a few clean settings, you got a few drive settings, you got a few bass synth settings, and you got a few solo settings. So it's a little bit of everything. You even got a few a studio setting in there for you. The same exact studio setting I would use on this pedal. So, some of the keys where I was trying to, in the 20 patches, I was trying to give you a good amount of variety in there, even though it's only 20 patches, at least giving you like a few options for each different type of tone whether it be your clean tone or your dirty tone. You got a few options, synths, solo sounds. You even got options. And the solo sounds, don't forget, the solo sounds can be used for chordal stuff when you're looping. So that's the other little hack to it. So the upper octave stuff, you can take that same synths and play chords and things, and get different sounds out of it that way as well. So don't forget that. It's not just the soloing part. It's also can be used for chordal playing as well. Spice up your chords, you feel me? So another, sound with a sequence filter on there, you know, and that is the double filter sound, so you get nice, you know, different things interacting going on there. You got things sweeping things, you got a ton of different things, So that's the key, flexibility. And the last one, we made it. Number 20, right? Couldn't get y'all out of there without giving you a nice pad, right? I had to give you a pad. Absolutely love pads, so I had to do at least one. If you want all the real nasty McNasty pads, you're going to have to get the MS-70 CDR Plus or wait for maybe volume 2 of the MS-60B Plus presets. But let's hear a little bit of the dirt. Dirty pad. No, excuse me. This is Epic Pad. I got another one called Dirty Pad, but it's not in here. This is Epic Pad. Sorry. Dirty Pad. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't name it. I don't want to be thinking about no dirty pad. Like, Yeah, boy, let's go. So I get, you got your nice epic pad in there. That's number 20. So, I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me to make it all the way through this. It sounds like it's only 20 patches, but when you really start to, try to sonically represent it properly, and give you guys a good example of what the pad is capable of, not just the pad, the presets are capable of, got to kind of play a little bit and just give it a little bit of time for the sounds to develop and patterns to be caught and things like that. So, but I definitely appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Make sure y'all head over to Patreon and grab that pack. You know what I'm saying? That MS-60B plus pack. You need it. You need the Negus pack. That's what it's called. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives you everything you need right there. You ain't got to spend. It's not just the hours it took me to craft it. You got to think about it. It's been years of sounds and listening to records and playing around with effects and all this other stuff that allowed me to be able to craft those like that. So even if you do potentially spend hours, are you going to come out with that exact same thing with all the options there? Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Or you can just buy the pack for $15, like, you know what I'm saying, and get all 20 of them and you be done with it. So, and not only that, but then once you get them, you'll learn something. You know what I'm saying? You can, once you get them, you'll just be able to scroll through them and see what's going on. But you got to pay for the education. You got to pay for the presets. You feel me? This is my intellectual property. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all, hanging in there, watching everything. Head over to Patreon, patreon.com/allbasscreations. Grab that. Head over to allbasscreations.bandcamp.com if you want to hear my music and hear all these effects and different things you're looking at on the screen over here in full effect. Also, hit that Cash App, Super Chat, Super Thanks, all that good stuff. I appreciate it all. You guys have been, just supporting me a lot more, and I definitely appreciate it. And, not even necessarily from the, the Cash App and stuff and, all that, but just even commenting and liking and sharing. I appreciate it all. Thank you. Every bit of it. And if you want to find me on other social media at the Bass Negus, Negus. And this has been another episode of All Bass Creations, Effects Tutorials.